Here we go.
Hunt Companion.
Hunt Companion it is.
You got this one going?
Yeah, it's good.
Right on.
Yes.
Hunt Companion.
There you go.
Hunt Companion.
October 27th.
If you say it 3 times, I will appear in your tree stand.
Beetlejuice. I haven't watched the new one. Should be a good one.
New as in like very recent new?
Yeah, second Beetlejuice. New Beetlejuice.
It's possible. I never even saw the first one.
Really?
I'm with you.
It's a classic.
What's the guy's name that makes those?
Well, it's Michael Keaton.
No.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. Yeah, I'm not a huge Tim Burton guy.
Really?
Kind of creeps me out.
I think that's the whole point.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. Did he make that Caroline movie with the eyes for buttons?
I don't know.
That was creepy, but it's good.
Yeah, see, you like that side of the... Like, I like the...
I've seen the Halloween Town
side.
one, too.
What is it?
Halloween Town? Is that what it is?
Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah. That's right.
That's
I've seen that one. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like
I
it.
didn't like it until like within the last 2 years I watched it. And I was like, okay,
Yeah, growing on you.
I get it.
Yeah.
Not like I want to rewatch it, but
Sure.
I get it.
It's Halloween stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I really dislike who's the 3 witches.
Oh, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, that movie's bullshit.
Wow.
I'm not a fan of that at all.
It's like a
Used to watch that
childhood
growing up,
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never felt that way about it.
Really?
I just felt like this is stupid.
It's like a childhood.
I like Halloween. I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, like Halloween theme movies and stuff.
Mhm.
Dude, Halloween H2O 20 years later
Yep. Great movie.
was the movie that scarred me as a child.
Yeah, great movie.
I thought Mike Myers was around every corner.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great movie.
I still
Every
won't
corner.
watch it. My girlfriend is
terrifying.
trying to get me to watch scary movies all month, and like
Yeah.
people can make fun of me, dude.
You're
hate
like, what
being
about
scared.
Stranger Things?
Yeah, that's what we're watching. Ironically enough, that's what we.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got a little nice and
That was
little
our agreement.
Yeah.
Halloween sensation to it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Halloween
a
20 years later. My wife won't watch that. She hates that crap, but
Yeah, most of them are bad. Like Freddy Krueger, man. Halloween, great movie. Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees.
yeah,
That
classic.
shit'll get you too.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah. I like those classics.
The original, what am I thinking of? Jeepers Creepers.
Yep. Yeah. Now it's just
Those
getting
got
like
real bad.
it's
after
getting
the first
real like horror gory
Yeah.
and like I don't go
one.
down
Yeah,
that
I can't
route.
do a lot of gore. I can't believe I ever watched those Saw movies. Like to
Oh,
try
yeah.
to rewatch them, I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, that's rough.
yeah,
Yeah. Anyways, we say that because Halloween is 4 days away.
it's coming.
If you
right
listen
up.
to this.
Your little hocus pocus fingers.
Trick or
Yeah.
treat.
Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 27th. Halloween is this week, which also means November is at the end of this week.
Yep.
November.
Yep.
Kind of in the middle of like, it's hot again. Right?
Are you talking today or are you talking 4 days?
I'm talking like the next week,
Because we're shooting this on Tuesday, the
22nd,
22nd, and this is dropping this coming
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
So basically, this.
So when as this drops, we'll be at the tail end of this cold front that's coming.
hmm
So
Which is decent. I like.
oh, it's good. This weekend is nice.
You think so?
Yeah, it's going from like 80s to 60, like as a high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like a little pseudo.
I think it's only for a part of the U.S. though. That's the that's the hardest
yeah, I
part.
don't know about everybody. I know about.
Well, you
where
gotta
I'm
try
at.
to generalize.
I
here.
can't watch all the weather apps.
Yeah, you gotta
I
try
know
to generalize.
where I'm at in eastern central Ohio. It's gonna
Yeah.
go from like 81 to like 61 from
Mm-hmm.
as you're listening to this past Wednesday to Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I'm sorry. Yeah, Wednesday to Thursday. And then Friday is like going to come up a little bit, and we got a little bit of rain, I think, a little bit of precip,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's going to plummet right back down. And
Mhm.
Saturday, Sunday, some deer are going to die for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just generalizations. Like I'm looking in Kentucky, not a huge front on Thursday, which would have been last Thursday if you're listening to this.
What are you calling like home farm right now? So you killed in Ohio.
I have no. I
Are
don't,
you like
I don't have a home farm.
you're not focused on Kentucky right now?
No.
No.
I don't have anything. I mean, I've got a couple deer that are starting to show up, but nothing that's I'm driving down there for.
Okay.
Yeah. So
PA?
I'm hunting the mountain, which I'm still just like I walked
Bumbling around?
6 miles yesterday, just trying to find deer.
Mm-hmm.
Still looking.
Yep.
Still looking.
Haven't found any good ones?
I mean, I could kill a bunch of 3-year-olds. I've got 2.
I'd settle with 3-year-olds. It's PA, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm not feeling that. I've got 2 4-year-olds and 1 5-year-old on camera, but just nothing that would I'd just be spinning my wheels right now based on where they're at.
Dude, I think a lot of guys, myself as the primary culprit, I glaze over deer, and it's not in a healthy way. You know what I mean? It's like we've talked about it before, where it's like a real life encounter with a 4 or 5-year-old buck is like nothing to balk at.
No,
but I flip over these pictures, I'm like, yep, like just catalog it and kind of write them off. And I find myself like, I only want to hunt, the higher scoring, oldest deer. And I'm like, well, yeah, but what about all these other great deer?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also because we're kind of getting ready to do like a Midwest binge as well. I'm having trouble trying to focus on like what I'm even hunting. Like, because not that they're not impressive, but I mean, nothing's really impressed me in Illinois yet, besides maybe Crazy Horse. It's the only deer that I'm like, yep, that's a great deer. The other ones are like, maybe.
But you would shoot like the niner.
Yeah, probably.
Get you tagged. Shoot niner. 5-year-old. Call buck, I guess if you want to call him that. But
assume he's 5. Yeah.
I think he is. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he's 5. I'd call him...
I was on the fence of if he was 3 or 4 last year.
Mid to high 40s? Oh, yeah. No, he was 4 last year. Compared to, that 10-point the neighbor shot. Yeah, I'd call that 4-year-old last year. Not a great high-scoring deer. He was
He's a 10-point last year.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, he was not high-scoring last year. He was
high 30s, maybe 40.
Not even, I bet. But he was, because he was last in the bucks we shot. I bet he was maybe 130. Then this year, I bet you he's... I don't know.
He's probably 42 to 45.
Yeah, mid 40s. So that's a nice jump.
Yep.
Nice respectable deer. Nice 5-year-old. I'd shoot that deer. You take that deal?
I'd take that deal.
I'd take that deal. Damn good deal.
And then, I guess that 8-point, that's kind of...
Yeah, he's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
That's 140-inch 8-point.
4 or 5.
High 30s at least. Yeah, I don't know him real well, but...
Yeah, and
that's what I'm saying though. Like we have deer like
now,
that.
Right?
If you encountered and shot those deer, dude, you were jacked out of your mind to shoot a mid-20s deer last year.
I was.
That's what I'm saying.
That's first deer on the farm though. Yeah, it kind of comes back to on the Illinois farm. It's like I'm just
we're hoping for.
I'm
giants.
expecting bigger and older, frankly, in some cases. Like even a floppy last year was like that deer was ancient.
Floppy. Oh yeah.
We just haven't had
6.
that.
Yeah, we will. We will.
Yeah, I'm at this point. I'm getting
optimism,
twitchy.
brother.
Yeah, I'm twitchy at this point because this is the week. This is the week they all showed up last year.
I don't think it was. We can look back. I
looked yesterday.
I think it's later than you think.
This is the 22nd to the 27th.
Yeah, today's the 22nd. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. This is the week.
Well, so don't worry.
I am.
They're coming.
I'm a bit.
They're coming. We got bucks to shoot in Iowa too.
Yeah, well, and that's where I think it's hard because it's like, it kind of goes back to like what, like, are you leaving deer to shoot deer, basically? And I think that's where, like, in the next 2 weeks, especially 2.5 weeks, it's like it's as good as it gets, basically, from Iowa to Pennsylvania, per se. So it's like, and you can only obviously be in one place at one time. So that's where it's like time management becomes super critical here in the next 2.5 weeks. Whether that's, you taking work time off or family time off or where you're traveling and what you're trying to catch, like that, I think that's the hardest part for people if they're hunting multiple states at this time.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Just got to take it as she comes.
Yeah. See, but you're in a different mindset on that because you're just like, I'm just going to go.
Well, I mean, maybe I'm just gonna be where I gotta be.
Yeah.
I've got more of a Bob Marley approach to it.
Well, you've got less holding you down at this point.
It's true.
Like a lot of people have to take off work.
Yeah.
For
sure.
And so that's trying to plan that out. Like I would say, we're looking at this week,
no doubt.
Like this is not a good week to take off work. If you're listening to this on the 27th,
well,
this is not a good week to take off work. Weather's not conducive.
Did you pay for that 15-day Weather Underground thing?
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think? I guess you'll need some time under your belt.
Yeah,
here,
I don't know if it'll be
They can't
accurate.
predict 10 days, let alone 15. How much are you paying for that?
$15 a year.
Oh, it's dirt cheap.
Yeah, so it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
even just for to have the idea.
Did it right away.
Interesting.
So yeah, so I mean, if
what is that saying then? With your exclusive account, we can share that information with our listeners.
Currently, it is saying that it is going to be
Halloween week is what I'm looking at.
Yep, it's going to be hot and warm to start the week.
Where? Make sure you're talking about the whole country at once.
I'm talking. I'm talking from Illinois to Pennsylvania.
It's going to be warm for Thanksgiving or Halloween.
Up to Halloween, then the front comes through
on Halloween,
but it's a prolonged rain event. It's not a sharp front. It's a first or it's a Halloween first into the second before the rain dries up.
That. Nick, do you sometimes wish your events were more prolonged as opposed to sharp?
Sure.
Time management.
Sharp and acute. Yeah, I don't mind a prolonged rain front, especially because we've got, festivities here on Halloween and the first to take care of. So
yeah, so if I'm looking at
all right,
we'll do our Midwest trip here. So if I'm looking at Illinois, essentially, if you're listening to this on Sunday, it's warm. It's 65 degrees. Well, not that warm. Monday's 75. Tuesday's 80, Wednesday 73, and the front starts. Thursday is actually like a pseudo high pressure day, 62 degrees and sunny.
What day? What days?
That's Halloween. Thursday is Halloween.
Thursday, okay.
But then rains again on Friday the 1st, 66. Saturday the 2nd, 62. Then Sunday, Bluebird, 59, 60, 62. Those are what we've got so far.
I like that. That's perfect.
Yep, that's what we got so far. So, again, that's in Illinois, assuming then 3rd, 4th, 5th are like really good days. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
I would assume Iowa, very similar to that.
Yep.
If you're in Ohio.
It starts a little bit earlier. I think you want to be in the woods on the 1st.
In Illinois?
In Ohio.
In Ohio, no.
No?
Nope. Thursday, Halloween is 76 and rain. Friday is that false.
Oh, yeah. No, I have it backwards.
Yep,
Illinois
70,
starts before.
71 and sunny. Saturday, 69 and rainy. Sunday, 64, sunny.
There you go. That's it right there.
The 3rd.
The 3rd.
And then 62.
That's a good one right there. The 3rd.
So there's your front. And classic. We've had this.
Classic.
Well, when did you killed your buck on the 3rd?
Which one?
That Booner?
Yeah.
I think so.
Killed a couple bucks on the 3rd. That's
so
a day,
that was
that's a day for me.
That was the year that I forget where we were going to hunt. We were struggling though, because that was the front that we knew was going to be, you needed to be in a stand, but obviously can only be in one stand at one time. And so we pick and choose, because that was the year I was hunting at 200 in Columbus, and
21.
And we both, you killed that deer. I saw that deer 3 times.
That's right.
And then, then it was out, and then we were kind of stuck with warm. But that, I say that because I'm trying to describe to people, you've got like 3, maybe 4 good days right there. And then I would assume it's going to get warm again. So you just got to try to maximize that time frame to get out. It's also the first week in November, so deer are going to be moving. So you're just trying to stack the odds in your favor, I guess.
Yeah. The work thing is, very valid, first of all. But it's interesting because everybody's got a little bit different situation. Like, if you can, or if I was in the situation where I was like, had to meet a certain amount of hours or whatever, like a manufacturing job, I would be trying to, and I say this because Dale and Brian have that kind of a job, and they try to so for instance, they would work, if you could see this front coming, even though it's in the week, if they wanted to hunt this Thursday, Friday, I'd be like, dude, hunt the Saturday, Sunday before it, or work the Saturday, Sunday before it, see if you can get those hours back. And if you have that flexibility, like with your boss throughout the, but some people don't.
Yep.
Probably most common is just going to be a rut trip. So like people have a weekend to weekend type of a trip, and
and typically we would do ours the 3rd week in November. That was always our rut trip.
Yeah, just because really your dad's work schedule is what had us saying like we have to set this way in advance. So that's the other thing is how far in advance do you have to have your off time put in and stuff. And
yep. Yeah.
So I don't think that there is a correct answer to like if it's between the 4 weeks of the rut, if you would say like last week of October through the third week in November.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, each one is different, but I wouldn't say any of them is inherently better than the others.
The only thing that makes
without
them
the weather consideration.
That's it. That's the only thing that
and
makes
there's no
them
way to know
inherently
that until within 10 days before it. So.
Yeah, because I mean, hypothetically, maybe not today, but like towards the end of this week into early next week, I would prefer to hunt like Pennsylvania, Ohio, that time frame. Like if the weather was cooperative, just because of the way that those deer are still patternable and crushing scrapes. But if you're going to like, if you're going to Iowa or Illinois or Kansas to just rut hunt, like you probably don't want to be sitting the next week. You want to be post that to be in a rut funnel and just be hoping something moves through.
Yeah. I mean, myself personally, I would say as far as like a Midwestern rut hunt, I like the second or third week better, just from a movement standpoint, unless you have a big cold front in the first week of the first week, which we do. So then, go then.
Yeah. Yeah, the lockdown piece is the other one that frankly just varies so much by, not even just by state, but even by area. It's like, there's plenty of places. I've hunted Kansas the first week of November around that 6th, 7th, 8th time frame, and like it's been miserable. Like, and I assume it's mainly because a lot of those big bucks are locked down with the first few does coming into estrus.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the rut is not, I mean, people make a big like, oh, it's the rut, it's this big event, it's like this 2 weeks long thing. I've never seen that, personally. It's almost always a letdown in the sense that if you were expecting like a week long of contiguous action, like
not happening.
I've just never seen that happen. It's always like
it's
a day here,
a
day there.
There it is, and it's gone.
And it's like you either see them all or you see nothing type of a deal.
Right place, right time.
Yeah. So that's the nature of it.
Which is why typically I think the bookends are better. So this week that we're talking about right now, so if it's Sunday the 27th, for the next 5 to 6 days, I think the first does are coming into estrus, and you could catch that insane activity because one doe has come into an estrus in that area, and multiple mature bucks or the best bucks in that area are going to be going wild. Same side on the back end, as there's very few does left to come back into estrus, you're catching those same bucks coming back through and trying to find the last few does in. In fact, they're scent checking a lot of does at that point to find that. So
hey, AJ Rogers just made an order. So hey, thanks for that, AJ. Hey, just how I come through.
Yeah. So those bookends I think are tentatively like the better time frames to see that, like what you would expect of like a rut intense hunt. The middle is a lot of luck, in my opinion. Like it's just right place, right time type stuff.
It's putting your time in. The rut is putting your time in. Yep. Get in the spot where all the deer have to come through and sit it out. Yeah. I mean, that is mathematically the highest probability odds you'll have to kill one.
Yeah.
Kill a buck.
Yeah. It's grueling.
Oh, it is. Can be for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you could be, if you're seeing deer, then it goes by a little bit faster. But I mean, in some of those places, you could be waiting for, 2 deer to come by, the doe and him, and it's a long week.
Yeah. So, yeah, it ain't rocket science. Pick the good weather days. I mean, just from a generalization, they're going to move better on weather, just later into the days and stuff. And, it's kind of the same thing every year, right? It's not like the rut has nothing to do with the moon.
That's a great topic. Whether we cover it here in a different podcast is like, contrary to popular belief, and I hate to burst anyone's bubble, the rut does not change from year to year. Doesn't change.
In terms of peak breeding times, yeah, I mean, and they verify that with like gestation periods
over time,
fawn drop
year
dates
over year, same.
What is it? What's the
frame.
peak day? Is it November 11th?
It just depends on the area that you're in. I mean, in some places it's as early as the 7th or 8th. In other places it's as late as the 15th. If you go down south, like it's damn near December. In some cases it is December or January, even in Alabama. So, yeah, I mean, in much of the Midwest, it's between, the 7th and 11th is peak breeding, which peak breeding isn't peak activity, right? If you think about breeding, that's lockdown.
Sure.
So from the 7th to 11th in a lot of places, that is just absolute lockdown for most deer. And those are the hunts where you're just waiting for him to get off one doe and get onto the next, and you hope you catch him in between. But yeah, there is no early rut like that, just because of the weather doing something or the moon doing something, that it will not change. It is the exact same time frame year after year. These weather fronts that we had, like we had this really good cold snap, whatever, a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, like you'll see more pre-rut activity because of that. But I guarantee if you're listening to this, the last handful of days have been hit or miss in terms of activity, because it's been 82 degrees one day, 60 the next, 75 the next, rain. Like, it's the pre-rut activity that you see is going to be very tied into weather fronts. But the breeding activity is going to be dead set, same thing.
Yeah. Also, this hunt companion is going to drop on the 27th, and the next one will drop on the 3rd. So we'll be in the Midwest somewhere, more than likely, by then. So we'll have another one kind of leading up to that front, or right at the very front of it there. So
yes.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at for right now. So we got one more. We got one more here, or this is, if you're listening to this, at the tail end of we had a 3-4 day stretch here that was pretty good.
Yeah, it should have been really good if you were on scrapes. I mean, I'm
telling you right now, deer are dying this weekend, guys, because guys can get out on the weekend. The weather's teeing up perfectly, and when I say this weekend, I'm talking about the 26th and 27th.
And I think that in a lot of places, the first does will be coming into estrus this weekend.
Yeah,
if not right before this weekend.
I agree.
I usually see 24th to 27th. I'll see first does coming in estrus in several states. So absolutely should be a banging weekend. Play the fronts, play the weather, get on a scrape.
That is not a banger, and I know bangers.
It's a banger. And yeah, should be good. And anyways, we hope that you guys have good luck this upcoming week. It's Halloween week going into November, best time of the year. And we'll talk to you on the next one.
Hunt Companion.
Take me